Hi there, welcome back to Save with Crypto. My name is Save with Crypto, and just something a little bit different today. I know a lot of people talk about you can tell certain parts of the cycle when your cab driver, like your Uber driver, starts talking about Bitcoin and crypto, or your dentist does, or whatever. Well, I've been a bit of a fan of this guy, Jimmy Carr. So Jimmy Carr is a stand-up comedian. He's very successful. I think he's played in about 54 different countries. He's just done a tour of the States. He's touring the UK at the moment. Very funny guy. But he was talking much more seriously on this show here, on this channel called Trigonometry. I'll link to it in the top corner. And what he was talking about is, like, where does the money go to that comes from energy that occurs naturally?
The wind farms around the coast. All of that money goes to the crown. Why? That should belong to everyone. I'm not saying maybe we should restart the mining industry, but I would not mind it if our government said, yeah, we're going to mine for Bitcoins. Our power stations they don't do anything at night, so we're going to mine for Bitcoins. Great. New gold standard. Fine.
Quite a cool idea, actually, when the energy demand is low. Yeah, why not mine Bitcoin? And there's more.
I think having investing in infrastructure, but like in power. We sort of don't know what's going to happen in the future, but you're pretty sure power is going to be important. We're pretty sure we're going to need it. And anything we don't need, we can mine for Bitcoin.
Anyway, while we're waiting for the entire population and mass adoption of Bitcoin, let's try and make some money. So yesterday I did a live stream. It was a bit solitary. It was just me on my own and a few people in the chat. And what I did was I made a watch list on TradingView using the SEC screener, the Central Exchange screener. And I just picked out the exchanges that I use. So there was like BitGet, ByBit, Blofin and Bitunix. And what I did was I set an alert to show the Quadzilla super up and super down on the 12-minute time frame. And if you look at the alert log here, you can see that there's been quite a lot of these alerts appearing. The one that caught my eye this morning was this one here, Truth USDT. So what we had was this super down signal here. Okay, so I did go into a little short there, and it did start coming down, and then it went up again, which was a bit annoying. But I thought I'd hold my position and see what happened. So I did that on ByBit. So you can see my entry here wasn't as good as it could have been. And then I went out for a bit of a bike ride, and when I came back, the price had come down here, which was great. While I was out, I did put a stop loss up here, just in case, because I have no idea what this even is. I mean, it's something to do with the president, I suppose. Is it to do with Truth Social? I don't know. But bearing that in mind, I just did it on 3x leverage. And I was quite delighted to see that it had come down quite a bit. So my position is now 44% in profit. I pulled my stop loss down to here because I'm not sure what's going to happen next. But if we go to the charts, we can probably see. Okay, so on the 12-minute time frame, it does look like it's trying to bottom out a little bit there. Let's see what else we can see. Let's try the 1 minute. Yeah, you see on the 1 minute, this green 55 EMA has come down to meet the yellow 21 EMA. Let's see what they do, because if they don't cross, then the price should fall a bit further, and they're not crossing, are they? Which is good news. So hopefully it'll fall a bit further. Because you see, what I really want to happen is, if we just zoom out a little bit, there's two things really. There's this completion of this bearish retracement here, so that means the price should come down to that level there, at 0.015178, and then we might get a bounce down here at 0.0145. Okay, so if that came down to there, that would be, what would that be? That would be another 12%. So on 3x leverage, that would be like 30-40% or so. Now, as I do want to go out this afternoon because it is Saturday, I'm just going to set a trading stop loss just in case the price does nuke right down and then come back up again. So let's do that. I think like about 16% would put that near the entry level, so we'll see how it moves from there. So let's do that. Let's change that to rate Okay, we're going to have 16% there. So that will be around about break even. There you go. So just in case the price does like plummet from here, it will pull the trading stop loss down with it. And then if all of a sudden it goes back up, it will close the position. It looks like it might hit this stop loss here first. Shall I give that a little bit more room? I suppose it would make sense, wouldn't it? I mean, it's not a big trade at all. It's only like $18, but nevertheless, it's the principle, isn't it? Okay, so I've sped this bit up. I did think that they were going to cross bullish again, but in fact they did cross bearish, and the price is currently heading down. I think we're getting near a bottom now, to be honest. Now, I did also find this retracement level here on the 5-minute time frame at 0.015525. So maybe we might come down to there. So once again, I've sped this up to see what's happening. And yeah, it looks like we are trying to come down there. But we are stumbling a little bit at this point. The convergence band has gone really low here. So let's check it out on the 1-minute time frame to see if we get any clues. And indeed, you can see now we've got this like bearish retracement level drawing here. So what's likely to happen here is the price will go back up to here and then probably reject from there. And hopefully we'll get to these levels down here. Meanwhile, the trade is looking okay. Currently 46% in profit. Okay, so that behaved exactly as predicted. It went up to that retracement level there, and now it's pulling back a little bit. Okay, so that behaves beautifully, coming down here. Okay, so what we can see here is that with the Quadzilla indicator, we're coming down here on the 5-minute time frame to this retracement level here. Now down in the momentum oscillator, we're starting to get these red triangles appearing. Now that's called the trend shield. What that means is that the way the stochastics are behaving, it looks like it's ready for a bounce to go back up. But the red triangles mean that the trend is still to the downside. So expect more movement down. So I think this is probably going to bring us pretty much exactly to that retracement level. So I think I'm going to set a take profit at something like 0.015486. So somewhere like about there. And I'm going to close the complete position there. Okay, so that's the take profit I'm looking for. Now, of course, on the 1-minute time frame, we have got a lower level, haven't we? Down here at 0.014493. So maybe I was being a little bit too hasty with that take profit. What I might do is just go back to the 5-minute time frame and just mark that level there, so we can see that when we're on the 1-minute time frame. Now, I have noticed on the 2-hour time frame that this yellow and green EMAs are just about to cross over actually. So I think I might have been a bit premature with that. So I'm going to move that down a bit just while I think about it. Now, when these retracement levels stop drawing, it doesn't mean they're not valid anymore. It's just the value they're set at. I mean, you can make them longer if you want to by going to inputs and making these values bigger. I think you can go up to like 9999, I think. So you can see they're still drawing. Now it did just take a little bit of a dump there that you can see on the 1-minute time frame, but even so, this convergence band has not got below this 20% mark yet. So I still think we've got a bit more downside to go. Okay, you can see we actually got another one of these bearish retracements here. So the price came down, it's gone back up now, so it'll probably come back down again now. And indeed it did. Now, since then, we've started getting a few of these like green bullish retracement levels here. So it does look like it's trying to inch its way back up. So I wonder if that is the dump over for now. And I haven't forgotten about that 2-hour possible cross of these EMAs here. Well, this 2-hour candle's got another 38 minutes to play out. So let's see what happens then. Okay, so that 2-hour candle closed. They still haven't quite crossed yet, but what I've noticed now on the 1-minute time frame is that we did have this pump up here, but on its way up it left this retracement line here, so we came back to that, no problem there. So we still have a little way to go before we get to this one. I'm going to wait. Now, as I wanted to go out, I decided to set a take profit at that 5-minute retracement level. So it took about an hour or so, but eventually it did get there. You can see here it's coming down. This is sped up about 300 times. So there it is closed, and you can see a profit of 59%. Not bad. So you see that all we did really was just wait for the super down indicator on the 12-minute time frame. It wasn't the best entry, but it wasn't bad. And then we rode it down to here. And in actual fact, it's the first time we got a green background on the 12-minute. But what we actually did do was we closed on this retracement level on the 5-minute. Pretty easy way to make money, yeah? I like it. I just wish I'd done a larger position. So please do check out our indicator. It's called Quadzilla. You can find out more about it at savewith.crypto.org/QZ. Anyway, enjoy your weekend. Do check out Jimmy Carr if you don't know who he is. He has actually made this film as well that's out in cinemas at the moment called Fackham Hall. And I think I'm going to take my daughters to see that on Tuesday. I think that would be a good outing. Anyway, let me know what you're up to this week. I'll probably do a video tomorrow, and we'll be back with the live streams on Monday. So trade safe. Check out Quadzilla. Any questions, leave them in the comments down below. While you're down there, please do make sure you are subscribed and you've got the notifications set to all. Do give the video a great big fat like, and above all, tell your friends.
Thank you.